Welcome back to Space Haven, viewers. This is the adventures of Emerson, Jimmy, Madeline, and Tala aboard the HSS Horus. The first thing of note is that we are now on Space Haven Alpha 10. Despite the liner notes for the release notes for Space Haven 10 saying that it would not be save compatible, the save does seem to load in Alpha 10. The first thing I notice right off the bat is there's a new research segment of the game here, and as you can see, we have a whole lot of research to unlock. We currently know how to make a weapons console, shield console, an autopsy table. We have basic research unlocked, which I think is construction, lets us make a recycler. We can make some fabrics, we can make some botany, but pretty much everything else we don't know how to make yet. Luckily, we've already made most of it. So I'd say the first order of business is really to plop down a research laboratory and get someone researching things that might be important. If you take a look at our new systems layout, or just our new objects layout in general, you'll see that we no longer know how to make a whole lot of stuff that we have already made. Like, you can't make hyperdrives until you've researched them. You can make Hyperium hyperdrives, which use raw Hyperium instead of hyperfuel, but at a supposedly a much lower efficiency. You do start with the ability to make hull stabilizers, an operation console, and a navigation console. So without researching anything, you can still make a ship capable of jumping from sector to sector. It's just going to be very inefficient. You can also make the shuttles, the pods, airlocks, and a spacesuit locker. We've never really had the need to make a spacesuit locker. I suppose you'd need that if you had some portion of your ship that was dedicated to a different atmosphere, which I'm not really sure how to do. We still have the ability to make large and small storage. We can make a kitchen and now a new algae dispenser, which if you look at what it takes water and biomass. So if you don't know, you get water from purifying ice generally, and I believe also the carbon, get the gas scrubber generates a little water. No, it produces carbon. I'm so wrong. The only thing that I know for sure right now that makes water is the water purifier here, which makes it from ice. The algae dispenser takes water, presumably made from ice, plus biomatter, which there are a few sources of biomatter, but the primary source of biomatter is what comes out of our toilet here. So we can use water and poop to make algae now, which makes processed food. Supposedly in this version also, your crew now has a more detailed hunger stat, which I haven't quite found yet. But supposedly you can now see their stomach contents on status, so maybe that will start to show up, or maybe that doesn't come into effect except on new saves. We'll have to take a look. But now it's going in newer saves or in new versions. In this new version going forward, it's important to feed your crew a balanced diet, and their mood and health will suffer if you don't feed them such. Let's get the ball rolling and keep taking a look at what's available. So algae dispenser, that's something we may want to make just as a food backup. We are running extremely low on food, and we do need a lot of logistics and energy. Down to 1 energy rod in storage. We should probably prioritize making energy rods over anything else today. Additional resources you start out with are the ability to make tools and water purifier. You need the tools facility because every other facility requires tools. You can make the power nodes, all of the nodes, but only a inefficient Energium power generator, which doesn't use energy rods but uses raw Energium. That's supposedly a much less efficient ratio than if you turn it into rods first. Life support they've added air vents. I don't remember these being here before, but maybe I just missed them. So I'm not sure if that means you need to place air vents between rooms, or perhaps that's just for allowing rooms that don't have a door connected to them to be connected with air. Also, just the thermal regulators, the gas scrubber, and the oxygen generator are all open by default. Facilities, you gain access to the toilet and the research lab. We're going to need to make a research lab right away. It's going to cost 2 infra, and I believe this is 2 tech, which we have. So building this is going to set us back a little on making new shields or weapons, which was kind of the plan we were heading to. But we don't have the ability to make either of those right now. So we're going to go ahead and insert a research lab. I'm not sure where the ideal place to put this is going to be, but we do have space for it, either up here in the cockpit or over here in kind of our weapons wing. I'm favoring the cockpit really as the place to put it, and I think I will put it against this wall if possible. Right there. That doesn't block the corridor access, doesn't block these console access, it doesn't block our future plan, which was to push this out into a corridor here. Somebody will begin building that shortly. Furniture-wise, we start with the ability to make a couple tables and lights, but none of the comfortable, couchy furniture that this crew seems to like. No chairs, for example. You have to research chairs. Interesting. Spacesuit doors, walls. You get the ability to make all the walls. They have compacted this a bit from what I remember. Alright, so once that research facility is up, we will take a look at how research works and try to figure out where we want to go. We really want to get to being able to make weapons, really. But I'm not quite sure what it costs to do research. Optronic quantum research, X2 power generator. So there may even be facilities we didn't have access to before, like targeting jammer. That's probably something we want to make, right? Maybe that's our immediate target. Alright, it looks like to do research you need 3 types of research: basic, intermediate, and advanced. Who knows what that means, really. There also is now a missile turret in addition to the energy turret. That's fantastic. And solar panels are an option too. This might be smart, seeing as we want to dedicate our energy rod production to weapons and shields rather than the generator. So let's take a look at solar panels first and see what we get. Currently no research lab. There's a research button here. We're going to need to unlock advanced research, and we're going to need to unlock solar panels to get there. So that's going to be our target first. It looks like this is probably a ship system, so I imagine it will take up a system slot, like reducing the amount of overall shields and weapons we can have. But let's see what happens once that research console is built. Noble metals. Let's take a look at how we did on mining this. It looks like we didn't get any of them, so we're going to send Madeline out. Sorry, we already had those selected, so she should be heading out there. Yes, there she is. Presumably that's Madeline. Yep. The rest of the crew taking care of business. A little worrisome that we don't have nutrition available here. Right, that reminds me, the kitchen has changed. So now the kitchen has a complicated recipe that allows you to select through this modify button how much of each of these ingredients you want to put into a prepared meal. So prepared meal, I'm not really sure what the 37% means. Maybe that's how much of their needs it satisfies. I'm not sure. We kind of want to avoid using monster meat because of the high toxins. We just aren't going to talk about human meat. So fruits, vegetables, artificial meat. We have food value. Artificial meat is the best, although it has no carbs. So you really want to combine food, artificial meat with roots for the carbs, and then notice you get the vitamins from the fruits. So you really want to combine all three of these. There's a new nuts and seeds category that we didn't have before. Does that mean we can grow nuts and seeds? It does indeed. I'm not sure what nuts and seeds gives us over the others. Let's take a look. Nuts and seeds would give us fat. Okay, so we do want to include that in the diet as well. We're going to have to add some nuts and seeds to our output then. Which probably means another grow bed, which of course means we're going to have to figure out how to produce fertilizer. We're not really doing a good job of that yet. Let's take a look at what we're refining in the chemical factory. So we do have fertilizer, plastics, medical supplies, etc. IV fluid going here. I think this is probably a fairly high priority for them. That's going to be an industry task. So if we look at industry, Jimmy's on it and Tala is on it when she's done with the botany. Emerson cannot help with the industry. Madeline can't help with the industry. So Emerson's really going to be the main logistics guy while Madeline does the mining. Once we're done with this mining, I'm confident that we have enough ice, although it's so easy to mine it. I'm kind of waffling and may decide that we're going to mine the ice here as well. Let's speed the action up a little bit and maybe take a look at the map to see if we can spot those pirates. Pirates are gone. Nothing to worry about. So maybe we will spend some time here idling, trying to get our kitchen facility up and running, trying to get our grow stations up. It looks like they've all got sufficient fertilizer right now, which is good news. They did change the fruit icon. Our vegetables are all growing. We do need to add another one for fruits and nuts. Got full setup going meat, a full setup going fruit, and we need somebody tending to the logistics. We haven't had time to make that research system yet. We are refining fertilizer rapidly though. I think what we're going to do after these three are finished is just set up probably a order to hold at 20 fertilizer, because if we add another grow bed, we're going to need 5 fertilizer per bed per cycle. Maybe just setting it at 5 is the smarter thing to do, because we don't really need a crazy backlog of fertilizer. If they can keep it at 5, hopefully that keeps this system satisfied. We'll see. Start with 5. We are starting to see a backlog of fertilizer, so that's good. We'll see how high that gets and maybe use that as a guide of where to set it. Madeline is still out mining. Ship's status is green. They are managing to make energy rods slightly faster than we're using them. Very, very slightly. Do we yet have an energy surplus? Yes, we do have 2 energy cells available here. Incoming ship, somebody to trade with. That's good news. Maybe we'll find something interesting to trade. Who knows? Taking a look at our resources, we are sitting on top of a great deal of raw resources, except for Hyperium. We've converted all of our Hyperium into hyperfuel. So with the exception of Hyperium, we've got pretty much all of the raw resources that I can think of. And a good deal of most of them. Above 20 on everything except for the raw chemicals here, which the only reason we're low on that is because we've converted it into chemicals, which we have to do in order to make anything out of it. So this is actually looking pretty good right now. Given that we now know to make fertilizer at the chemical refinery. Might make sense to drop the number of composters down to just one. Although we might wait to do that until after we've converted all biomatter. Doesn't look like Emerson has ever had time to finish construction, which is strange because I thought construction was his highest priority. So what are we waiting for on this construction job? Oh, never mind. There they go. It looks like it's just logistics is holding us back. Now that Madeline is done with the mining, she's contributing to the logistics. So I suppose we'll keep her on board for the rest of the day and let her help with that. Looking at jobs, we're still a little bit low on food resources. Emerson got a meal though, so that's good. Jimmy managed to make a meal, that's good. The other two didn't look like they got any food. We do have some fruit, but just not enough of the other food resources. And there are a heck of a lot of items on the ground. So tell you what, tomorrow's shift we are going to leave Tala primarily on botany. We're going to drop the industry priority down. Looks like we did get a ship in the sector. Everybody's asleep, of course, but that's okay. We can do automated trade. Looks like we have new ship designs in this version as well. So that's kind of interesting. I don't remember seeing anything that looked even remotely like this. And take a look at this thing. This is a civilian ship from the Cult of New Haven, boarding 2 shields, a scanner, and 4 weapons. Definitely not somebody we want to get on the bad side of. Let's take a look at what they're willing to trade. They are interested in energy blocks primarily, and fuel, and fabrics. Fabrics are our trade go-to. We can probably afford to drop 4 fabrics on them. Let's call it 3. That leaves us at a nice comfortable level of 5. Let's see if they have anything that we want. Food is always interesting to us right now. Food's kind of expensive though. Is that raw vegetables? Yes, root vegetables. Might make sense to pull some vegetables over. Although I think we're going to grow those pretty soon. So I'm not sure. Their meat is extremely expensive. We're not going to have any of this nuts and seeds for quite a while. I don't know if there's anything we want to buy from them. Maybe we just sell. Let's just sell them fabrics. There's no reason for us to keep any fabrics right now. And it looks like they can afford all of our fabrics for cash. What about block? Maybe we'll buy some blocks from them just to keep us from having to make more blocks when we finally get the ability to, when we finally finish the research. So let's bring it up to 10 infra and 10 energy. Sorry, tech. 10 infra, 10 tech. That ends up us paying them 200 credits. I am okay with that. I mean, that's going to save us a lot of resources in the long run. They also have fairly cheap energy cells, but pretty happy just buying the block resources from them. Am I? Or should we buy some energy cells also? Since we have 3 more slots in this trade, maybe see if we can fill that with food. What do we have to give them in that case? Erg. Yeah, we can't afford that really. Let's drop some of these tech blocks in that case in favor of the food. Just so we reduce the chances of our people starving. We'll let that trade go through. We'll let time progress. dropped out of hyperspace pretty close to us. It looks like we finished the mining yesterday. Let's set up a mine order for Madeline to get on in the morning when she wakes up. There they are. We can slow it back down to something reasonable. Madeline heading out to mine some ice. The rest of the team hopefully finishing the logistics, although look at that, somebody immediately did the research. How does research work? Contains archived scientific data from Earth. Crew members with the research skill may operate it to unlock more advanced technology. There's no jobs there. Does any crew member have the research skill? That's a good question. Okay, good. Emerson 2. Jimmy 1. Madeline 2. Tala 1. So Emerson's probably going to be our researcher. Is that a new priority? Yes, it is. Emerson, you're going to be our researcher, buddy. There we go. That looks roughly right for now. Take a look at what we can do research-wise. So I don't understand these research colors yet. Oh, I see. So once we have this, we can generate basic, maybe. But then, no, we need intermediate to generate intermediate. So is there an intermediate research thing we have to unlock? I don't see one. Okay. Let's see what happens if we tell him to do the advanced research. We can't. Unlocks tier 2 modules and equipment. Research speed 10%. I can't click it. No active research. Oh. We have to research the blue ones first. Okay. So you don't actually get those. You have to do it. Basic research, and we need to research 40 greens to even unlock basic. Okay. And that makes a job here at priority 5. Probably for Emerson, since we gave him the highest research priority. But where is Emerson? Emerson's mining. Why isn't Madeline mining? Emerson, why are you mining? That's odd that he's mining. I guess it's because he didn't have any research to do or construction to do, so his mining was equivalent to logistics, so he picked mining. Okay, well, hopefully he'll come home and finish the research, or start the research. Everybody else. There's like a lot of stuff at that airlock. There's a lot of stuff on the ground. We would like to make another grow bed to make nuts. So let's go ahead and do that. Or if we can. I'm not sure we can, actually. Grow beds are a resource? I have no idea where grow beds are because we haven't unlocked them yet. We're going to have to do a lot of research in a hurry. Maybe instead of a grow bed, what we should do is add more storage, because it looks like this storage facility is going to run out of space relatively soon. I guess it's not hypercritical yet, but maybe when it gets up to 150, we're going to have to add another large storage in there fairly soon. There goes Emerson. So let's see, every time this bar completes, he gets unsuccessful. Great, so research isn't even guaranteed. I'm just going to have to sit there forever, Emerson. Please, sit there forever? He got tired of doing it. Did that actually generate us any research? Yes, we have 3 of 40. That's going to take quite some time. Huh. So maybe what you really need to do early on is just have everyone assigned to research, but then we're not going to have enough people to take care of the ship. So even though it says unsuccessful, that was a +1, yeah, so it really has to say +1 for you to get anywhere. So he's going to have to do that for a while. It looks like it doesn't take that long, but he does go on frequent breaks, which is frustrating. The rest of the crew has finished a lot of the logistics, so Jimmy now has time to go and do some industry, and Madeline and Tala are both... Well, Tala's got botany jobs that just appeared, and Madeline hopefully can do anything else on board? Maintenance, I suppose, Madeline. Logistics over maintenance, but... Or at least equal with. Alright, how are we doing on research there, Emerson? Up to 5. Alright, that's going to take forever. Let's go ahead and, if we can, finish that industry. I guess we will schedule a jump for tomorrow morning. Let them do the industry for today. Let's take a look at how the resources are doing. We've got our water backlog of water is fully satisfied with 10 waters. Got plenty of energy rods, making more, I'm sure. Doesn't look like we got the resources from... Oh, that's right, I told it not to get any more tech blocks. It was just infra blocks, so we got that. We've got a little bit of food, but not much. And everything else is looking pretty good. I think setting the fertilizer cap to 5 is probably what we want to do. So let's kill these permanent jobs and just put a if job on fertilizer to keep it at 5. That will at least prevent them from always having a job there. Now the only critical resource we have is... Well, the only critical resource we have is energy rods, but we did manage to get a bunch of them made. Everyone's done for the day. They're on break. Let's take a look at everyone's moods. We've got Emerson, who somehow managed to eat too much even though we're low on food. But he's feeling comfortable. He's a little low energy and lonely. Overall mood is 83, which is pretty good. His overall relationships, very negative with Madeline as usual, very positive with Jimmy. Jimmy, looking at relationship first, is really getting on well with Tala and Emerson, but really liking Tala a lot today. She's reflecting that. Jimmy is in bed now. His mood is down to 80, so again, nobody's really getting a bad mood yet. Madeline, despite being universally hated by everyone, is in a great mood today. 93 and growing. Her relationships with the crew are terrible. Tala, in bed, comfortable and lonely, 89. So she's in a fairly good mood too, despite bad relationships with everyone but Jimmy. So when the crew wakes up in the morning, we are going to set a jump. It's going to take a few episodes to get research completed, so it's possible that this is the as far as we get with this ship, because unless we can manage to crank out some research fairly quickly, we're going to be so far behind research compared to what they need to make that it might not make sense to try to fulfill our desires of making new stuff. Like, we can make a new storage, so we'll probably do that, but we can't make new grow bed right now. So chances are what I'm going to try to do is try to resolve this, resolve the adventures of the HSS Horus as quickly as possible, and maybe start with a new crew. We'll see over the next episode or two if it doesn't work out, but that's a good possibility is what we'll end up doing here. Crew is up and awake. Let's set that jump. Emerson's already on researching. He's going to be doing that for a while. Researches 1, then takes off and decides to do something else. Come on, Emerson. Seriously? Maybe you're going to get some food. Who knows? Nope, you just decided... Did we run out of things to research? Nope, we sure didn't. You just decided something else was more important. Construction, yes, but you honestly don't have anything else to do but research, buddy. Alright, Jimmy should have got those jump coordinates plotted, so we're jumping out of here. There is chemicals and water available down here. So let's head in this direction and see what there is to be seen. I like the idea of exploring that derelict more than I like the idea of picking up some resources that we already have a large quantity of. We're going to head that way. I'm also pretty happy that there's not a lot of environmental problems in this sector. This has been pretty nice. Okay, so we're going to drop and look at this derelict, but I have a feeling that this pirate is going to come gunning for us since he really has no other direction to go. There is a civilian ship here which could give us some support. So if that pirate does decide to visit us, it might not be as dire a situation as if we were alone. This is the same Cult of New Haven ship we just saw, so we're not going to deal with them right away. Let's go take a look at this derelict, though. Madeline, would you mind if we drafted you and drove you over to a derelict again? While she's doing that, we watch Emerson's little green beakers pop up. And then we're going to dock the ex-wife at the front of this derelict. Okay, while she's headed over there, let's make sure everyone else is employed. Tala is doing stuff, Jimmy's doing stuff. Emerson, maybe we need to put a little table there so you can take a break. You know what? We can't because we don't know how to make chairs. So never mind. I was going to suggest we put a chair next to him. Where did Madeline end up? There it is. Alright, Madeline's coming to dock. Once she's docked, we're going to do the spaceship clear. So hop out of there, undraft the shuttle. Madeline, under our command. Let's go and look at this close door first. No bugs immediately visible, that's good, but she is going to have to spacewalk over to the rest of the ship. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to tell you to shoot that. I just meant to tell you to walk over there. Alright, Madeline, over this way. Let's see what you can see from this side. Nothing. Oh, there's somebody. They're not going to spacewalk to you, so you're pretty safe here. Alright, before you head over there, let's actually replenish your oxygen. Just because it's nice to start with a full tank. And let's walk over there. We know what we're dealing with now. So we can have you open this door and fire at the bugs you see. Get a little closer. Come on. There we go. Bet there's something in here. There's more bugs down the street. Down the hall. It's not a street, is it? For some reason we can't open this door. It's probably because I lost selection. Okay, nothing in there. Check it around the corner. There they are. Oh, she did get a bite. Ooh, she's taking some damage. She may have to run if these bugs get too close. Yeah, let's run. Okay. Actually, might have you take a break. Come back and kill these things with someone else or just with you later. Just get your oxygen back up. What time is it? Noon. She's doing fine. She's a little tired. Let's actually undraft you. Let you call the ship over there. Let you take a break. Does that immediately send the ship over? No. We're gonna have to do it manually. There we go. What are you gonna do on your own? Let's just watch for a second. You're gonna go explore that ship on your own, huh? You think that's wise? Not sure that is the wisest move. Let's take control. Make sure you don't do anything foolish. Yeah. See, you're taking too much damage to do that. Set you back. She's super tired, but she cannot sleep, and she has taken a pretty bad wound. Alright, Madeline, hop back on that. Hop back on the craft. We will undraft the craft. Undraft the craft. Good. And you're heading back to the other ship. Let's see how she has an open wound that's regressing. So she's going to have to go visit the hospital. She got bit by an alien. Her overall mood went pretty sour. Let's take a look at research progress. We're up to 24. Okay. There's a lot of things to research, and it takes a long time to do each one. A long time. It takes a day or so, I suppose. Just trying to see if there's anything else that we need to know. I don't really see anything there. Let's speed through the rest of this day and see how far we get. Madeline's gonna have to go and visit the hospital. Emerson seems to be doing better in research now. We have one vegetable left, so food we're not looking so great on. How about the actual growth? Okay, fruits are growing pretty well. Paul is taking good care of the fruits and vegetables. We do have a couple incoming ships, but it's not the pirate. Meat's doing pretty well. And it looks like everyone's on their breaks. Let's take a look at Madeline. Okay, she's been healed. Her mood is improving. She's a little bit uncomfortable. Everyone else is doing pretty well, although Jimmy is starting to feel a little hungry. Probably because we're out of food. Out of food and out of time. So that's where I'm going to end this episode today. We will see over the next few episodes how fast we can get this crew settled on a new home. Until next time, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.